This is looking to the future and a chance, maybe, to help our other residents who feel they're being abused by the system. We had a testimony earlier tonight about the safety zone around these wind towers. You know, and it varied. The one article that I received said that the safety zone, just for working on it, and the operators on a 400-foot tower, was 1,300 feet. And we're going to put them next 500 feet from the road? 500 feet from the other guy's property line? Much less his residence? You're going to get killed in your tractor or mowing your hay? Maybe that's a miracle in one that anything like that would happen. But why should the neighbor or the non-participating person have to take that chance or have that risk put upon him? I don't know. What I would like to do is I would like to amend, change to 40 dBA for non-participating and participating with right of waiver for both parties. And I'd like a second. Second.
Motion's been made to amend.
Let me just make sure I got the clarification here. The motion would be to amend section number 14, noise level shall not exceed 45 dBA, which is currently is 50. The ordinance is structured, this is been advertised as 45. So you want to say that it has to be 40 dBA unless a waiver.
Correct. We're participating and non.
For both.
Yes.
It's a motion and a second, Madam Chair. The discussion would be the next thing.
Yes, is there any discussion on the motion?
So we went from 50 to 45 and the motion is to go to 40?
Correct.
Yes. And this would be a
Average.
I'm sorry, clarification, Madam Chair.
Yeah, it's from, you want to clear?
I just want to ask the maker of the motion to clarify. Applicable to subsequent applications, it would not apply to
Correct.
currently permitted operations.
Correct.
So instead of 45 dBA measured at 25 feet, it would be 40.
40, and then we would just have to place a waiver requirement language in there. It's not in there, right?
Correct.
We would just use language that we have in another section. There's waiver language in another section. We would just use the same language.
And what was the method, what was the theory behind changing it to 40?
Well, first of all, infrasound, health issues, and also to maintain that. It would bring about a greater safety zone for the people who live next to it.
And that was on the prevailing wind one?
Yes.
And has that been passed now?
The
Yes,
PUC
it's
has-
approved.
PUC at the most recent prevailing wind,
Yep.
and that, on that wind farm was 40. There's been two previous ones before that were 45. So it looks like they're trending now.
Yep. Yeah, separate.
Do you want to ask
Do
for
you,
discussion?
any other discussion? One more time. Any other discussion on the motion? All right, the motion's been made to change it from 45 to 40 for both paragraphs, unless they have a waiver, and call the roll. Liddy,
No.
Adler,
No.
Mock,
No.
Johnson. No. Hanson.
No.
Sparks,
Yes.
Pulaski,
Yes.
5-2. All right, motion failed. The amendment failed, I guess.
Amendment failed.
And
Any other discussion?
Madam Chair, I would also like to amend the flicker, which is also Public Utilities Commission approved, instead of 30 hour, which has been, which is right now where we're at, to change it to 15 hours of flicker for non-participating. Make that as a motion to change from 30 to 15 hours.
Would be number 9.
9 on our ordinance, number 9 paragraph, is it?
Yeah, it seems to be on the 4th page, number 9.
I'll second.
Okay, there is a second. All right, we'll discuss the motion, the amendment. The motion was made to amend it to flicker to not exceed 15 hours in a year.
Point of clarification, again, for subsequent wind farms.
Yes,
Just asking.
Well, of course.
any future,
Right.
any future projects.
Not for, it's been done.
Okay. I guess on that topic, I mean, flicker can be mitigated with several different things, trees and whatnot. I mean, I just wanted to bring that up. There are other mitigating circumstances on flicker, but
As much cloudy weather as we've had this year, there probably wouldn't have been much flicker for the last 2 months. We've had a lot of cloudy weather. You know. You're gonna have some sun shining if you're gonna get flicker. You know.
any other discussion? Any other discussion on the amendment? All right, we'll vote on the motion.
Pulaski,
Yes?
Sparks,
Yes.
Hanson, Johnson,
No.
Mock,
No.
Adler,
Yes.
Leddy. 3 yes, and 4 no.
All right, motion failed on the amendment. Is there any more?
Yeah. We've set the setbacks for non-participating and participating 1,500 feet. And looking at what property values and stuff, what's been going on with them, and the difference of opinion that can't be rectified, but it's obviously there. We can offer county residents some protection if they would get a little bit of your setback, something. This is for nothing that's been done, but for the future. And what I would like to amend is a 3,000 foot setback for non-participating with waiver.
Motion's been made to make an amendment for non-participants to change the setback distance to 3,000 feet, unless there's a waiver, yeah.
Second.
Okay, and I have a second.
Who made the second?
Discussion on the amendment.
And so, one thing about the 1,500 feet, It's not that much more. And it will offer a little bit more protection for the sound. It will offer a little bit more protection for the flicker. It will give the other property owners a little bit more of an edge on the value of what they own. I think it's reasonable, very reasonable.
Is that 3,000 negotiable?
With the
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know, I'm beginning to think 1,500 may be a little tight. You could, I don't know, I don't wanna put it out there, way out there at 3,000.
Well, it's,
I mean, I know if we say 3,000 and we vote 4 to 3, you're gonna come back with, 2,500. And we're gonna just keep it all the way back down to, so let's discuss this here, is there something we can get along with? I mean,
I just wondered, I mean, what are you thinking on a waiver? I mean, how would they go about doing a waiver? If they were
Well,
going
like
to
the
be
good
closer?
neighbor thing?
right.
So it involves money? I mean,
I don't know if it would. or not.
compensation?
I don't know if it would or not.
Because I mean, then they're a participant.
But the options
What's
are.
it, Tom, what's
Yeah.
it going to involve if it's not
And-
financial?
Right. And then they're a participant, really, as far as I'm concerned. Any good neighbor agreement is a participant.
Well,
Well,
they'd be stuck at the 1,500.
if it gives some sort of leverage, and if it is financial,
I mean,
Yeah.
if this is a straight, an agreement where there is no cash being traded between the wind company and the person deciding that I can live with 1,600 as opposed to 3,000, I agree. I think then they're still a non-participating and they can negotiate it. But once they take $1, then they're a participant just like everybody else in the game, and then they're back to that 1,500 foot.
Yeah.
That's kind of,
right.
yeah.
I think that's something. I think that could be made part of that.
Well, they would, I mean, they're
Yeah.
a participant and they take $1 and they sign an easement because they're allowing it to come closer, then they become a participant, then the setback is 1,500 feet by the
So you're
ordinance.
suggesting we don't put the waiver in, that's what you're suggesting.
It wouldn't serve.
Well, I'm just saying, how do you
It serves no
get,
purpose.
how do you get the
It
waiver
serves
go
no
if you're not
purpose.
getting cash to do
Yeah,
it?
it
I mean, there might be somebody out there thinking, well, I'm not a participant, but I don't care.
Yeah, it serves no purpose. I see what you're saying.
Okay.
does anybody remember that, I don't know, we brought up that picture with all them circles on it that you came out with one of our first meetings? How far back would 2,000 feet put us?
You gotta remember something, Mike.
That's if,
That is not true to fashion.
Well, it just give me something to look at anyway here,
That
or any,
the circle thing, first of all, it basically says everybody's gonna say no, and you're gonna block everything, and it's not a true survey.
that's you're 100% correct.
Okay, if you want-
100% wrong.
Yeah, well,
Because what you're doing is what that, all those circles represented was that if a tower was located
Correct.
from my house, I could not encroach my house with 1,500, 2,000, 3/4 mile without getting sign off or permission. So the
Yeah,
answer
yeah.
is, yes, they are prohibited unless you participate.
Unless you participate, that's what.
I think
so
a
in
real
2000
reflection, I think a real reflection of this should be if you look at any of these sites where they've already signed up for a wind tower farm. And they basically will get 65 to 80% of the land. And I don't think that's gonna be any different throughout the whole county. It's that popular. People like the wind energy, they want it. They want the financial part of it. I don't think you're
So
gonna
we
have
have
a problem.
80% of the landowners in the county want this, and we're trying to somehow keep it out? Is that what you're saying?
No,
Sal?
what we're trying to do is give up the people that are
No,
not participating.
no, I mean, at the end of the day,
If you think, it appears that it isn't 80% of the people are here.
well, you and I both know that's not true. When there's threats made to you, to each of us personally, when there's threats made to our businesses, do you think people who don't have to testify are going to, Bob? Come on.
I guess
Come on.
wasn't aware there was any threats.
You didn't listen to the testimony?
I heard her say that you were going to benefit financially. I don't know if that's
I
a
never heard
threat.
any physical threat.
Well, I didn't say it.
Well, I don't think
didn't
it's a
say
threat.
it was a physical threat.
It's not a threat to the
Threat.
business either. It's a statement that
No, but
you
it-
probably
it
will
is-
find
it's-
benefit financially.
It is intimidating.
It's
I
an
mean, it's
intimidation.
intimidation tactic. We're all,
Well, we're off base there.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
There is a motion on the floor for 3,000 foot setback with a waiver for non-participants. 3,000 foot setback for non-participants with a waiver.
Let's,
All right,
can I amend that then to drop the waiver, or
Whatever you want.
I think I will.
Is that okay with Bob?
Is that okay with you? I
That's
just
a
think it
friendly
makes
amendment.
That's a friendly amendment. So the amendment now, motion is to amend
amendment.
the
And
motion
it's
to
clean.
amend the motion to allow for the setbacks to be changed from 1,500 feet to 3,000 feet for non-participants. Still 1,500 feet for participants, 3,000 for non-participants. No waiver.
And has nothing to do with what's been done.
Right, it's for the future.
Our recommendations to the commission.
So your
So-
discussion.
any more discussion?
I think it's too much.
Well, let's just see how this one goes, Mike, and if you
All
want to
right.
come back with two, then. One
Any
more
other
time?
discussion on the amendment? All right, we'll call the roll.
Liddy,
No.
Adler,
No.
Mock,
No.
Johnson,
No.
Hanson, Sparks,
Yes.
Pulaski,
Yes.
5-2 no.
All right, that amendment failed. Do we have any others?
I would like to
Madam
make,
Chair, I'm gonna move the question.
All right.
What's the
all right,
parliamentary on that?
Call for the question would require, of course, the chair could acknowledge it immediately, or it would require a second. There is no discussion, but requires a 2/3 majority to call the question. That would mean 5 out of 7 would have to vote in the affirmative to call the next vote. All the previous question does, you are voting as to whether or not you're ready to vote on the main motion. That's what the call to the question is. So if there's a second, that would be an automatic vote as to whether or not you want to vote on the matter with no more amendments. So you gotta ask for
Do I have a second? All right, we have a second. We'll call the roll.
Clarify.
All right, clarify, please.
this vote. A yes vote will then cease debate and lead to a vote on the main motion, which is to recommend as written currently. A no vote says that you want to continue debate.
Liddy,
Yes.
Adler,
Yes.
Mock,
Yeah.
Johnson,
Yes.
Hanson,
yes.
Sparks,
No.
Pulaski.
No.
What was that?
No.
Pulaski was a no.
All
Five,
right,
5 yes.
motion approved.
So, Madam Chair, before you is the motion as written, as advertised, without amendment.
The motion is to approve the ordinance without amendments to be presented tomorrow to the commissioners. We will call the roll.
Mock,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Sparks,
No.
Pulaski,
No.
Liddy,
Yes.
Adler.
Yes.
Motion passes. All right.
You on number 10.
We have a public address.
No one signed up.
Didn't Christie, or who was that?
That was
That was the other one? All right.
Matters for board.
Any of the matters for the board discussion or a staff report? Any other matters? Next meeting is tentatively scheduled for January 14th. Richard's gonna be gone. Do we need any need for an executive session? All right, can I get a motion to adjourn? Do I have a motion to adjourn? Do I have a second?
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. You're adjourned.
Meeting got over at 2:30. No.
I think that it needs to be, maybe it needs to be.
I think if the PUC is doing this,
They're,
yeah, they can do that.
No.